turn on the studio. So programming is a word that gets thrown around quite a lot nowadays. Now I know people think they know what programming is. Oh, he's a programmer, so he creates programs that run in my computer. Yeah. What does that even mean? How does he create those programs that run in your computer? How does a computer understand what he creates? Well, that is exactly what I will explain in the next 2 minutes. Okay, so what a programmer does is he writes commands that a computer understands into a file, then computer takes that file, reads it line by line, and does exactly what each line tells it to do. Now, a computer has a certain universe of commands that it can understand. I mean, do my dishes, that wouldn't be a command that a computer understands. But for example, get current time could be. Now, programming language is that spectrum of commands that a computer can understand. It's not only that, it is also a set of syntax rules that tell you how those commands should be written. For example, you may write the same command between different programming languages using completely different words, but the result of all of those commands will be the same. However, a computer is nothing more than electricity moving in certain patterns on your processor and between your chips. And you can't tell electricity, give me the current time, but you can let electricity go here or there by allowing the current to pass through some pins and not the others. That's exactly what ones and zeros are. It's basically just two different states in your processor saying there is a current flow here or there isn't. But how does this relate to programming, I hear you ask? Well, a computer translates those commands that you write into a file when you program into these 1 and 0 signals on your processor. Now, how does a computer know how to translate those commands into ones and zeros? By using a programming language framework. Now that's a mouthful. Now a programming framework is basically just another program that runs on your computer that knows how to understand the commands that you write into those files, and it also knows how to explain those commands to a computer using ones and zeros. And of course, in order for your computer to understand the certain commands of a certain programming language that you use, that framework, translating that language into ones and zeros, must be installed on your computer. Most operating systems nowadays, though, they come pre-installed with various frameworks, so there's nothing to worry about there. So basically what a programmer does is he writes commands into files and the computer just understands what those commands mean. Now, he may write many commands into many files and then have one file talk to another file, and that's how programs are built. Yeah, basically a program is just a bunch of different files with a bunch of different commands inside them, and they each talk to each other, and that's it. That's a program. Oh, by the way, so there will always be one main starting file on your computer that you run when you start your program, and then that file is basically this point 0 in this chain of commands that's going to happen, and once you run it, it just starts talking to other files. And behind all of this, without any of us realizing it, each line will be translated into ones and zeros so that a computer could understand it. So there we go. I hope that helps you understand what programming is. If you learned something, make sure to share this video with people around you. Maybe they will learn something too. It's 2019. We gotta spread that coding awareness, you and me. Thank you for watching, everybody. Make sure to hit that like button if you like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!